Hello and welcome to the Crypto Cash video number 2. This video is about basically how to get started buying and selling cryptocurrencies. There are many ways to do it. The simplest being if you know someone who has a cryptocurrency, give them money and give them your public address for your cryptocurrency, and they'll send you someone, of course, that you trust. They'll send you the cryptocurrency equal to that value or whatever you agree upon. So that's the easiest way. The second easiest way would be to go on the internet and perhaps navigate to there's a few different services that cover where you can find ATMs on the that serve Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's probably the easiest way. So second easiest way, rather. Third easiest way would be to use an exchange. And for me in the United States, there's two exchanges that I use and I can attest to. But for people outside of the United States, they may want to use different exchanges. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with any of those. However, I can give you the two exchanges that I know are very reputable. Even if you're outside of the United States, I'm sure that you could use these. I don't know though. However, please do your own research, and that's important, I think, with everything in cryptocurrencies. But for sure, these are reputable companies. You can look them up. They're regulated by the U.S. government, etc. So, without further ado, exchange number 1, Coinbase. It's probably one of the oldest and most reputable exchanges. It's got a great mobile app, at least for iOS. I'm not sure about Android. However, it also has it uses HTTPS, of course, encryption, and it's got great security. It has two-factor authentication with first off, kind of a public service announcement. If you're using two-factor authentication and you have it set up with an SMS for messaging for a phone, it's known now that that's very vulnerable, at least to not even hacking. It's actually social manipulation, or called phishing, where an attacker can convince your phone company, if they have like the last 4 of your social or something silly, your address or something like that, they can convince your mobile phone company that their phone, that they are you, and that you lost your phone, right? And that you need your messages to be ported over to another phone number. And just like that, your two-factor authentication is vulnerable. So if they know your password, 2FA is not going to help you. If you do have so that's that, of course. But if you're using 2FA with an authenticator, like an authenticator app, Google offers a really good service, and there are a few others. That's much better. In that case, there's really no way for someone to convince anything. It's just set. There's no way to change it. You need to have written down like a backup key. Otherwise, that's it. You know what I mean? Well, otherwise, it's very difficult and very, very time intensive. And so I 100% recommend 2FA only with an app. If you have to use SMS, of course, 2FA with SMS is better than without 2FA. With that said, you'll hear it everywhere around the internet for people who mean very well, that they say, don't keep your money on an exchange, and that's 100% the best advice that you can get. Look up Mt. Gox if you've never heard of it. Basically, the idea is at any point in time, an exchange itself can be hacked, and of course, they're the target of many attempted hacks, at least because they have a ton of money in their hands, of course, by users who leave their funds on an exchange. The best way that you can use an exchange like Coinbase, and of course for Coinbase they allow you to use your credit card, and they allow you to use your bank and stuff to fund it with US dollar or euro or whatever it is that you're going to use, that you can then exchange for three cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. All very good cryptocurrencies as long-term holds. But what you should do is, once you've purchased that cryptocurrency, you should either have a paper wallet, which we're going to cover in the next episode, or a hardware wallet, which we're going to cover in the next episode, or a serious amount of trust for the exchange. And I think, for all intents and purposes, you can place a lot of trust in these exchanges, because these are run by industry professionals who have experience with security. Coinbase themselves offers vaults that are essentially offline vaults that take necessary precautions to store your funds safely. It's up to you how you choose to store your funds. If a wallet in the next video that we go over is too much for you, or at least you're too nervous to do that, it's a viable option. Okay, with that being said, here is Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is great if you're on the go because they've got an app. However, it takes 4 to 5 or maybe more business days to transfer funds via bank. It takes it could be a good fee if you do it by wire transfer or faster methods of bank movement. If you use your credit card, it's a 4% fee to use your card. Now, for those who have been in cryptocurrency for a while, they may think, okay, well, big deal, right? 4%. For someone who's new to cryptocurrency, that's going to be a major hold. You're going to be like, wait a second, 4%? Like what? No. My suggestion to you would be to take the slowest method, transfer those funds in, and do your research. Time it right. Read about what's going on in the cryptocurrency space. Try to look at my recent videos, see what I'm covering at the time. Because if you're chasing an up candle, it's just a foolish thing to do, because now there's always going to be some sort of consolidation. It may be small, it may even go sideways before it goes up again, but you don't want to buy when something's at the top. You want to buy after it's gone sideways for a while, or after it's gone down for a while, because you'll be the one who purchases at the very top, and the people are just realizing their profits. And well, I guess when you're talking about cryptocurrencies, a lot of them have the tendency to just go up and have new highs over time. But short term, if you're looking to be trading or making money, you should just have an idea of how the market moves and how the news not manipulates, but how it affects the market, and how as well as what's going on in the development community, because these are software projects, and more or less experiments. Okay, so with all that mumbo jumbo about how you should be really careful, buy your cryptocurrency from Coinbase. What I'm going to do actually is Coinbase actually has a really great incentive to get people involved with cryptocurrency, especially your family and friends, where if you send them a family and friend a link to sign up, and they spend over $100 to buy Bitcoin, or up to $100, both you and your family member or whoever you introduced will get an additional $10 worth of Bitcoin. So there's really no lose on that one. So this Coinbase is actually a great way to get your friends involved if you think that's friends and family. If you think that's the way. Now, number 2, Bittrex. If you're just interested in buying Bitcoin, there's no need to look here. And you know what? Before I even get here, let me go back to here and just show you this. There's another website called GDAX. Okay, this you'll notice up here, Coinbase. This is actually not Bittrex. Let's open that up still. but you'll see that this is Coinbase as well. GDAX is actually Coinbase's exchange, and when you make a Coinbase account, that same account will work on the GDAX exchange. You'll still have to go through some a little bit more strict of a sign-up process, because here you actually don't get to trade on an open market. You just buy or sell at prices that follow the market, okay, but are always in Coinbase's favor. On GDAX, you could buy on the market, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Here is an open exchange market. Of course, when you're signed in, this will be where your funds are, okay, and you could choose Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, as well as Bitcoin USD trading pair, Euro, and GBP. I'm not sure what that is. Similarly, for Ethereum, you have your USD Ethereum, Bitcoin Ethereum, and Euro Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Litecoin, and US dollar Litecoin. Then you can see the order book here, the price, the depth chart, and the price chart. For me, I have actually the 2 moving averages turned on. You could change the candle length here. It's not the best for charts. I'm going to get into that in a little bit in a minute, but this isn't the best for charts. However, for buying and selling, it's really quite easy to just click here and have that autofill, values. And when you click here, it's kind of a counterintuitive, but this will be if you wanted to sell or execute that order right there, you would click that and you could immediately place that order. Or if you were to click here and you wanted to buy this amount, you could immediately place that order and buy. So that's kind of how that works. And you could also click anywhere on this chart. That's actually kind of handy too. So like, say I wanted to buy when it gets a limit, when it gets to like here, or here, or here, or here. And I want to sell when it gets to here. So I'll do a limit sell and place it. So we'll get into a little bit more in depth, or if you guys want me to cover something specific, please leave comments. And so that's the GDAX and Coinbase exchanges. Now Bittrex. So with Coinbase, like I said, you have those 3 options. With Bittrex, you have many, many options. And now I want to just cover real quickly. This is an I, T-T-R-E-X. When you go and Google something like Bittrex, there are scammers who will misspell this I with an L, and they'll put an ad so that their link is at the top. And now for you, the user who's about to click on that link, you just click the top one because you trust it. If it's an ad, it could very well may be a scam website. And so what you are better off doing is take a little extra time, type in the address into your address bar, B-I-T-T-R-E-X, okay? I know it looks like potentially an L here, but it's I. We'll look right here, I, okay? This is the correct website. And you can see all the currencies that they exchange here, as well as the markets. Now let's pop in here, and actually the trading's been really crazy today, and so this is the slowest I've ever seen Bittrex load. But anyways, wow, look at ADA, unbelievable, unbelievable volume on this coin. Wow. Okay, so it just got released. As you can see, it's the 2nd of October. Anyways, this is all of the Bitcoin something pairs, basically. And as you can see, there are pages and pages of them. There are Ethereum pairs, and then this is the US dollar tether. With Bittrex, you don't have the option of going to US dollar or fiat. There's always if you trust tether, you have that option, or you could just switch from Bitcoin to Ethereum, or from Ethereum to Bitcoin, or from Bitcoin or Ethereum to any of these pairs. And now, not everything in this pool here is available for Ethereum. For example, you can see here ADA, which is one that it just came on the exchange, and I was just kind of tracking it just to see what happens. You'll see that that's something that is available in the Bitcoin market. However, you can't trade Ethereum for it as well. So there are different things. Some things that are available for both. For example, NEO, as you see. NEO has a trading pair with Bitcoin, and NEO has a trading pair with Ethereum. And so that's how Bittrex works. And so let's just kind of really quick drill into one of these. So let's click on ADA, because I've been mentioning it. And like I said, the volume on this coin is unbelievable. I think that's probably what's lagging this whole server. Okay, so as you see, it's a very, very short period of time since this has been on the open market. Okay, wow. So here's how you can see the charts. Now you have some technical analysis that you could do with some of these charts, but they're not the greatest. Okay, and you have some options here with you know, candle or line or whatever, but the candle of course is the best, as well as the interval level. In addition, you have some tools like line tools. So we could show you how one of those works. You would just click, let go with your finger, obviously, and then click again to solidify that line. Okay, and that's kind of how all the rest of these tools work. So you've got the Fibonacci replacement, you've got the ray tool, Fibonacci ray, segment, annotations if you wanted to mark something, and the crosshairs are the typical or default tool. Okay, to buy and place orders, when you're actually logged in, you'll have an additional box that's above this order book here. On both sides there'll be a buy and a sell, where you can choose any price that you want. It's all kind of in the limit order fashion, but if you put that you're willing to buy at a price above kind of limit like, if you were to put it above, it just treats it as a buy, and no matter what, you're paying a 0.25% fee with Bittrex. With Coinbase, you're going to have a 0.5 fee, so a 0.5% fee, a little bit greater than Coinbase, Bittrex rather. However, with Coinbase, if you do a limit order, it's actually a 0% fee. That's something I'm going to cover in a further video. So that's that, and that's Bittrex, and that's more or less how to get started with the exchanges. When you're logged into Bittrex, up on the right here, you'll see something called wallets, and if you want to send and fund your Bittrex account, you'll have to send some cryptocurrency. So you'll click on this wallets up here, whatever cryptocurrency you're going to send to fund. You'll be able to search the wallets very similar to how you can search right here. Whoops. Right, so you'll say I want to send Bitcoin. Well, actually, you know, the Bitcoin's one thing that you can't buy on here, but you'll see if you search BTC that you'll have that in your wallet, and you'll press either plus or minus. The plus if you want to deposit, the minus if you want to withdraw, and it'll give you your address, in which case you could send and receive payments. And that's how to start getting started with exchanges. Now I want to get into one last thing, charts. Okay, so let me first get rid of this. There we go. There are two charting websites that I can recommend for you, tradingview.com and cryptowat.ch. Excuse the noise there. TradingView.com has really great charts and technical analysis. It's totally worth it to sign up and track your charts and all that stuff. CryptoWatch is really, it's got some good charts, and it's really nice at nighttime to look with this the dark theme here. But what I like about it is that you can at a glance kind of see you know, a general view of the price, as well as you could kind of drill into a lot of these exchanges and kind of see the difference if you're into arbitrage or something like that. And kind of the way to use this is you would say click into maybe Bitcoin, and you'll see up here, if you hover over this, you kind of get this option with all these tools, or all these options here. For Bitcoin, these are all the exchanges and all the trading pairs you'll see here. So for GDAX, we can actually see what the US dollar, what the exchange is on GDAX and how it differs from something else. And that's for all the other coins that you could search and filter here, as well as you can click down until you find your coin and look with the exchanges that you want to track it on. And like I said here, you know, it doesn't have the best the charts, but it does have some technical analysis that you could do, as well as you know, some tools as far as like Fibonacci replacement and you know, lines, segments for tracking trends and reversals and breakouts and all sorts of good stuff. And so that's that. And with TradingView, like I said, it's very similar. You could choose BTC. This is like the GDAX or Coinbase. You could choose Bittrex or any other exchange that you're following. You can get an interactive chart. You can see what other people are talking about. Really just great resource here. And as you can see, the charts here are much better. The tools are much better, and the indicators are much more extensive. However, they both have their advantages. I use them both daily. So that's that, guys, and that's video number 2. For video number 3, which I recommend everyone watch, wallets.